What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Shon Denay here again. So, this is episode 3 of Shon Reacts To. But this time, I'm going to do something a little different. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make myself a mixed drink and to kind of get myself loose while we react to another episode of Nukes Top 5. So, today, my choice. I've got my Please glass with me. My choice is one of my favorites. Two more do. And so we're gonna make ourselves a shot. Feel free to make yourself a shot too. Get yourself a little loose. And in the meantime, and I'm not sure if I said it already, but in the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and play some Misch for your listening enjoyment. There's one, and then we're gonna do one more for later. Don't nobody gay. Now the doctor also advises if you're going to be drinking alcohol to make sure that you drink water too. Make sure you stay hydrated. I have some of my water here as well. Mixer of my choice is Coke. Gotta keep it classic. Keeping it classic. Keeping it classy. Alright, so the trick is to stir it 32 times. If you're patient enough. 32 times. I learned this from overseas. And make sure that it all mixes together. Okay, we're good. Alright. So I got my mixed drink. Got my extra shot. Cheers. Oh, okay. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. So now that we've done that, okay, now it's time to go ahead and get scared with the next episode of Nukes Top 5. Here we go. And we're back, guys. So I just got done watching the first episode of Nukes Top 5. This one might be a little bit too loud. I'm trying to get my levels right. But in the meantime, I am going to have another sip of my drink. So, on to the next. Here we go.
The house in the woods. Overall,
Check it. Before we even begin this, the title itself already reminds me of The Cabin in the Woods, which was one of the best horror movies I feel that were released. But no, that's one of the reasons why I really don't like camping, because you're just so far away from people. You don't have access to phone service at times. You're just there. So a house in the woods, nah. But it might be a really good haunted house theme. House in the Woods. Ooh. For Freakland Brothers.
on the channel Punk Rock TV, two of the team members are exploring an old, isolated, abandoned house deep in the forest. It is said that a young girl's life was taken inside the decaying walls of this structure.
Ajá, lo que dijo el señor, dijo que encontraron pues el cuerpo, perdón.
Local legend says that this house is extremely haunted, not only by the ghost of the girl, but many claim to have seen other apparitions in the home as well. At first, as they explore, they don't find much. But then, something truly chilling.
Y ahorita gracias a nuestra amiga Chelly vinimos a estas casas porque no las conocíamos. Ya se ve la ubicación. Y ahora sí que están bastante impresionantes, digo, las locaciones que tenemos nosotros. Pero nunca había como una casa así, la neta. Así que, pues, que... Vete. Güey, no mames. Güey, verga, se escuchan niños allá afuera.
Ya vámonos.
Aguanta. No mames. No quiero ni subir.
I wouldn't want to go upstairs either. Don't leave her. You can't leave her. Yo, I wouldn't want to be first or last. They need 3 people.
Vale, verga, vas a ver quién es puto bosque en la casa abandonada. Niños. Buenas noches. ¿Qué más? Buenas noches.
You know, I have to stop it because I'm already scared. At Zach Bagans' haunted house or haunted museum, they have a small area that's like a scary, like a fun house. And I always go in a group bigger than 2 so I can make sure that I'm in the middle, because I do not want to be the first one to get scared, and I do not want to be in the back for somebody to try to grab me. No. I remember when we went to a haunted house before, and it was me, my friend, and my other friend. And so my friend Toya and my friend Latasha. So Toya was in the back and I was in the middle. My friend Latasha, I forced her to be in the front. And by the time we left the haunted house, like, she done lost a whole complete ass shoe. Like, they had to shut down the haunted house so we could find it. Because I was like, you're gonna get scared first, not me. Like, it was so bad. Of course, that's why Leon put me in the front for the gates of hell years later. Karma. Definitely karma. Oh my god! No!
What looks to be 2 very pale children peek out from behind an open doorway down the hall. And the punk rock TV team makes a quick exit. But the lead investigator is determined to head back inside to try to find an explanation.
Oh no.
It didn't go well.
Why did he go back in there? Stupid!
Tengo miedo, güey, pero de eso trata mi canal de desmentir. Aguanta.
I'm terrified right now.
They go back in.
Toma, tengo un chingo de miedo.
No!
Aguanta.
You go
The
back in,
upstairs
it's a
rooms
joke
are
now.
all empty.
No mames.
Oh, that kid's back again! Yeah, I'm out. Fuck that.
Ya la verga.
And with that, the explorers have had about enough of the chilling, abandoned house in the woods.
I'm done.
You can check out this full investigation as well as Punk Rock TV's other explorations and ghost hunts over on their YouTube channel.
You wanna know why it's crazy? Because those kids look like they kind of look like spray paint art too. They don't really look like ghostly apparitions or full figures of children. Weird. That one creeped me out. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, wait, before we do. Now we keep going.
Something upstairs. Visitors to Sean Lamson's house have had some strange encounters in one particular upstairs room. His friend Andrew says that his children have always been afraid of that room whenever they came for a visit, and that his 3-year-old son says that, quote, monsters come out of the small attic door in the room.
OMG, I have 2 stories for you guys. First story. So, I lived on the street, and every time I would ride my bike down this hill to go to the main street, we would pass this house, or we'd walk, whatever, but we'd pass this house. And every time we passed this house, we were like, oh my gosh, this house is haunted. I don't care what you say, this house is haunted. And for a whole year, we're passing this house. My dad says, all right, guys, pack up. We're going to be moving. I'm like, oh, snap, where are we moving? He's like, really close. I'm like, oh, snap. So then we move, and sure enough, we move in the haunted house. Yes, the scary house that we always were saying, oh my gosh, this house is freaking scary. We moved into it. And sure enough, there were scary things happening. Every time I would leave my door open, it would be like me facing you guys, but I'm actually looking at my TV, and there's windows, and then the bedroom door would be to the other side, like directly across from me. So every time I'd watch TV, I'd see someone come in to the room and then come out. And I always thought it was my little brother, so I'm like, Shantae, like, stop, dude, like, stop. Oh my gosh. For years. And I'm like, I would look, it wouldn't be Shantae, he'd be playing his video games. And then Toya came over, and all of a sudden she like walks up to the room, walks in the room, looks around, walks out, and I'm like, what are you doing? She's all like, yo, I literally just seen someone walk into your room and walk out wearing overalls or something. Like, walk into your room and walk out. I'm like, what the freak? Like, because I saw the same thing. Fast forward years later, I left the house, I moved out, and my brother moved into my room. And one day I came to visit him, and he was like, yo, Chantel, like, what the heck? Like, there's something. And I was like, what do you mean? He was like, I swear to you, every time I'm watching TV or doing whatever, I see someone walk into the room and walk out. And I'm like, because that's literally what me and Toya were seeing way back in the day. Creepy! Oh, second story. Second story. I own my house. I had my first house, one story. And so with owning a house, sometimes you have roommates. I had a roommate. Actually, I had a lot of roommates, and they all shared this one room. So I had the master. The bedroom right next to me was like the game room, and then the room across the way, not attached to anything, was the room I would rent out. So every single tenant that rented out this room always complained about the same thing. They always said that whenever they'd be in the room chilling, minding their own, they'd hear somebody walking on the ceiling. Do-do-do-do-do. Like literally walking on the ceiling. Another one was, I was in the room and we were all partying one day, and there were a couple people that went into that room, and they said, when they came out, they were like, yo, is there like an old lady here? And we were like, what the hell are you talking about? And they're like, yo, there was an old lady that opened the door, looked at us, smiled, and then closed the door. And we were like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, this is cray. And then a third tenant that lived in that room, he used to have horrible nightmares in that room. And he was like, there's a lady on me. There's a lady trying to get me. There's a lady, like freaking the freak out. So finally, Gary Spivey, if anybody who lives in Las Vegas knows, Gary Spivey is a psychic on 98.5. But I wrote a essay on why he should come to my house because I feel like it's haunted. There is actually a video that I will drop a link to so you can watch it. Like, come to find out, there was like a succubus there, and she loved women. She loved men, hated women. And she was just wreaking havoc in said house. But my friend Sarah, she was never comfortable in my house. She was like, I always feel like somebody's watching me. My niece Tahaya, she was like, I'm scared to walk through this hallway. Like, it was crazy in this house, like legit. So I feel like I'm about to be really terrified watching this episode because anything with like anybody on the roof is just a mess. Let's go.
Andrew's older son claims that he once saw a dark figure inside the empty bedroom. However, the house's owner, Sean Lamson, says that he never really believed that there might be anything supernatural in the house, at least until this night. Now, keep in mind, Sean is in the process of moving out of his house, and the home itself is set to be demolished. There's no one else inside, and all windows and doors are closed and locked.
There's nothing up there. What the f***? What the f*** is that?
Oh my god.
Did you leave that light on?
That one?
Yeah.
Is it coming from the back room?
Yeah. Oh my god.
I'm gonna try to step this. What the f? Jesus Christ.
What is it? I missed it. What is it? What is it? Oh, bitch fell.
I don't know. Are you okay?
She for real
The door when I just put
slipped.
the camera up there. Oh my god.
Let's just go.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course she fell.
Oh my god. Take.
Oh, the hell with that.
As
You
they
know-
go up to investigate the strange sounds from the room, something seems to charge the door. They just make a run for it, Sean's friend taking a hard faceplant in the process.
Jesus Christ.
You know, honestly,
Oh no.
honestly, that would be me. No lie. I just know it. I know that if I'm ready to dip, I'ma fall. Cause that actually happened to me before. Like, I have so many stories today. I lived in a bad side of town in the neighborhood in Vegas back in the day when we first moved to Vegas. My mom, we were on assistance, so we were kind of living in a bad side of town. Anyways, it was like 4th of July, and we're all walking to 7-Eleven through this like slightly small desert patch of desert between the apartment complex and the 7-Eleven. We just started hearing gunfire, like pop, 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 pop. It was crazy. Like, I'm like, oh snap! So we're all running, and like I'm wearing like Jesus shoes. I'm pretty sure all you guys know what Jesus shoes are, but I'm wearing Jesus shoes, and I fall. I slip. The thing about it is I don't even hit the ground. Like my sister was like Superwoman whilst running. She like snatches me up, and then I just keep running without my shoes through this desert. I left my shoes and everything. Craziness, but that would be me. I'm just letting y'all know. Just leave me. If I fall, just leave me, because I'm probably gonna fall.
Thanks for watching. You can submit or
Wow.
suggest videos at nukestop5@gmail.com.
So I made it through this whole one this time. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little buzzed, but I think that helped it throughout the process. This video is a little bit longer, so if you made it to the end, thank you. If you want to wash away all the scary and listen to some grooves, make sure you check out my music. Yes, I do music as well. And like and subscribe. Share if you like it, or if you want to see me react to something scarier, go ahead and make sure you post it in the comments. And other than that, everybody stay safe, and I'll see you soon.